Yes, sir. Another episode of PROCONversations Podcast. It's your boy, I love you, Jace.
It's what, Derek?
Yeah, and today we're getting into, NFL free agency. Um, Wilt, Bam, Kobe. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing. And also getting into some music reviews. Denzel Curry, ASAP Ferg, Tia Corinne, and others. The Scythe just dropped their first project, and the Concrete Boys just dropped It's Us Volume 2. So we'll get into all of that. Let's get into it. All right, so we'll go ahead and start with the music section. Um, where we have been trying to incorporate, well, not even trying, we have been incorporating more things besides just sports. Like I said, this was not meant to just be a sole sports page. It was always meant to incorporate other things. So you'll be seeing a lot more of that going forward as we continuously branch out and grow as not just people, but as podcasters. But we'll get into the Scythe, man. The Scythe. I don't lie, it kind of was surprising to see this group come together, especially like with ASAP Ferg being involved because, um, I mean Ferg, I should say, because he was just he was just in the group himself, ASAP, like I'm saying, and he basically was saying that he wanted to venture out and basically start his own thing and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just for him to end up in another group that's led by another person. So it was just kind of weird, kind of shocking to me. He does fit well with him. Like this isn't the first time him and Denzel have collaborated on songs, so it's definitely a high chemistry there. It's alongside with Tia Corinne. Like she's pretty much great as well. Has great chemistry with Denzel and that whole squad. Um, I feel like the project was pretty solid. But we can get more in depth. Let's start with Derek. What were your thoughts on the site? What were some of your favorite songs? What were some of your least favorite songs? And like, just get like a solid 1 out of 10 rating.
I'm gonna start off with my least favorite, and I told you multiple times, it was You Ain't Gotta Lie, because I felt like that shit really switched up the tone, which is a weird thing to go. It was a weird thing to do on your 6 track on an 8 track album. So felt like it was very out of place. Um, and when I saw the features in it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not gonna like this, and I didn't. It was like the sound sounded completely different from the rest of the tracks and shit. Uh, I do not like Lil Tyler, so I highly doubt he was going to come in and contribute to my liking. Um, but yeah, I was not really that big. Tan was a cool track, but at the same time, I felt like it felt more of the sound to like You Ain't Gotta Lie, but just like a better song though. And Up wasn't like the best way to finish it. I would say. So I'll say like yeah, it started off strong with the first five. It's just the last three, I wasn't that big on it. Now to the first five, I definitely like uh Hoop Hoopty definitely was like you started to see the transition a bit, but it still like felt more to the vibe of the earlier tracks. Um and let's say I told on this. Um the first track, if they would have done one thing, I really wish they did. When it came to the site, I really wish they had a track that had all 5 members on it. Denzel, Ferg, Chicory, BK, and that Key and Kenyatta. I feel like the Scythe would have been the perfect song if they were to do something like that, because the Scythe was best. Um, the Scythe fit perfectly as like the first track. They'd be like, "Hey, bro, this is this. Hey, bro, don't fuck with it. This is who he is. You feel me?" So I feel like if they had all five of them on that motherfucker, I feel like that would have been cool. Cause I feel like Key and BK would have definitely had a verse that would definitely fit the shit. Lit Effect was a solid track. That was the first they first single. That shit was definitely a solid like intro before like you know like them and the Scythe that either interchangeable in regards to like in it like an intro track to this whole project. I really like Phony. Like that really did the what Juicy JB included really blended well with the whole like hey, bro, old and new school shit. Um, My Dead Bitch was my favorite track. Uh, just because of just the overall sound of it. Um, I ain't really that big on this that 1900 Rug Rep, but he really did like he really did solid on the hook and uh his verse was alright, but yeah, and this was like the first time where I heard this key dude. First, like he sounded a little bit um like a southern like Schoolboy Q on this song for a second. Not saying he like rap like as good as Kobe. I'm talking about like as like his voice and all that stuff. But yeah, I would say Mother Bitch is like my favorite track. And then below that, I would say the Scythe and then Lit Effect as my top three tracks. I'll give this. I guess like a smooth either 7 or 6, solely because of the last three tracks. I feel that really messed up the like momentum this joint have. It really like messed up the overall sound.
Got you. Shit, with me, if I go least favorite, it's probably like Up and yeah, you ain't gotta lie. I definitely skip those two right there, like on a repeat. Cause I listened to this album a few times. Uh, if we're going into Hoopty and like the change of the sound, he kind of already like alluded to that in his interviews before the album came out. Like it's gonna be a sound you don't really expect to be on here. This and third, and when Hoopty started, and it got that '90s bop to it. Even the hook and all that, it's definitely a '90s Miami bass type of song. Like I definitely fuck with it. It's tough. Phony, Phony's cool, but like my favorite song on there got definitely like Scythe, Lit Effect, my that bit for sure. Those three right there go hand in hand. I like Tan too. Tan is nice. Tan is fucking nice. Like I can't even cap on that one. I fuck with that one. It slide, especially on riding through the city and shit. I was definitely fucking with that one. Um, yeah, my only critique from the Scythe itself would be they didn't have everybody on it. Like just like you said, like it should have been a longer song. It should have been a real posse cut. You know what I'm saying? It just was three of them. Like, oh, it's our three most known members. Okay, yeah, but let's put everybody on here and just sprinkle the three members out. Or you could have put them in there and then put Ferg and Denzel last or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or had Tia last or something like that on some monster shit. Like they could have definitely did better with the site. They could or make a remix. They still can do something with it.
I would for sure
Um,
keep Tia as like the first verse. I feel like she really set the track off with her first verse.
but I'm
So,
saying though, if you add more people into the pot, you probably can switch the order around.
hmm
She probably comes up with a different verse. Everybody know like if you're gonna be depending on how the song flows, that'll kind of dictate where your verse will be, and that kind of dictate how you will come about on the verse. You can't do a starting verse the same as you would do an ending verse. You have total different approaches to it.
yeah,
But yeah, other than that, like it's a pretty solid first project from this group right here. I definitely want to see more from them. I wish it was a lot longer for that transition to like kind of make more sense. I do fuck with the transition. It does show versatility in this group. It does show that they're just not in Bone Thugs and Harmony, 3 6 Mafia, ripoff or anything like that. Anything people would probably be saying. They just like the Black Suicide Boys or something like that. No, that's not what's going on. This is actually a great versatile group of artists coming together to make some new shit and start some what? All right, bro. Anyway, um, basically start off some new shit between themselves and showing off to the world, but it's basically reintroducing um themselves. Like this is not just us as individuals. This is us as a new group and kicking new flavor type shit. And I definitely fuck with that. But moving on. Oh wait, I forgot to give my rating. I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 for those reasons that I named. That I feel like it could have been longer. There were like 2 songs I didn't really vibe with. I ain't gonna say they were duds, but I didn't really vibe with them like that. And just them not having the whole group on one song, I definitely felt like that was needed. But yeah, I feel like they'll do
I'm gonna,
better.
s- I'm gonna say you ain't got a lot as a dud for sure. That shit is not that good, man.
It's a dud. Y'all fucking with it. Oh shit, man. Hell no. But I feel the same way, man. No, I don't. I don't feel the same way about that song. But I felt the same way about this next group we're about to get into with the Concrete Boys. Concrete Boys. A few years ago, they dropped their first project. It's Us Volume 2. One of the best things I heard that year, not gonna lie, has so much repeat value, still has so much repeat value. And it's just because of all the different styles that each individual has on that album, especially like the likes of Karrahbooo, Draft Day, Camo, you know what I'm saying, DC Toot Trill, uh, Yachty was getting into his a total different bag. I'm not even gonna say getting into his bag. He was getting a total different bag that he's been in before. Like Yachty's just one of those chameleons, bro, of the industry. Like I can just pretty much do anything. Anything he kind of souts out to do, he can kind of do it. And you know, you need more people like that are really balanced and their art. They're not just a one trick pony. He's definitely not that. But after having such a successful run on that first volume one project, obviously y'all know. If you don't know, it was like a bunch of turmoil between him and Karrahbooo, and um, basically her being held from releasing music and not being able to get off the label, and then them going back and forth talking trash about each other in the media. It just was a whole long story, just clusterfuck of this behavioral issues being brought up and everything. Turn around, we're what 2 3 years in the future, and now they're coming out with volume 2. The 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 marketing for it was pretty good. I mean, they kept releasing music. They were on radio stations and stuff doing quote unquote freestyles, even though Yachty brought out a phone and was just rapping the lyrics off the phone on some Drake shit, and it sounded terrible because it didn't go with the beat. And then like some of these quote unquote freestyles, you could tell were just like songs that they rehearsed, like, and they just rapped it because it wasn't like it was like, hey, they dropped this, they rapped over a Snoop Dogg beat. Like you could tell they kind of wrote something to it. They didn't do any of that. It was just like they just brought their own songs up to the station type of shit. And some of it was cool, some of it wasn't. I am I don't know. I'm on the fence about their new member. They have 2 new members. They have a new DJ. I can't remember her name right now, but they also have a new artist named Honest. If you heard Young Nigga Get That Cream, Young Nigga Get That Cream is amazing, bro. It's amazing. Yachty went crazy on there. On his first song on Concrete Boys. Go crazy. Some of these flows that Honest be spitting is pure ass. I'm not gonna lie. Ass. Because I don't know if it's because of how he's reading the lyrics. It sounds like he just reading the lyrics. He just got the paper in the booth. He just reading the lyrics and rapping them that way versus actually feeling what he's talking about. But some of these flows are actually pretty good. Like the flow he got onto and what the fuck. Didn't even know that was him with the voice changer. Did not know that was him. He was going crazy. I thought it was Yachty the whole time. Then it transitions into Yachty. Then goes back to Honest. Then it goes into Draft Day to end off that song. Beautiful. Um, being that I kind of put it on Derek to do this review, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my review, and then we will go to Derek at the end. But this nigga did not want to do it. Like, but starting off with the intro, dude. The intro was pretty cool. I ain't gonna say it was like the best thing. Um, One thing I did notice from this album is that they started to like I'm not gonna say that Yachty has always wrote for them, but you could kind of tell on this album that he definitely was more involved in trying to get everybody to gel more. You know what I'm saying? Instead of them standing out as individuals and then they just coming together. Like even with the marketing and how they approached themselves around this time on the album, everybody had braids, like the same type of style braids and stuff. I'm like everybody dressing pretty much the same instead of like go back and look at the Christmas ciphers, the shit that they had, or on the radar, everybody looked different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got different hair, everybody got different clothes, everybody got different styles. On here, everything kind of sounded close in the same ramification, and it didn't really sound natural. Like you know how sometimes you're around people so much and you wind up brushing off on them. It didn't sound like that at all. It sounded like this was forced upon them. Like they gotta have it sound like this. Except for Draft Day. Draft Day pretty much, for the most part, had his own shit going on. Draft Day is the number one draft pick. Not no cap. I had to do my research on how Draft Day even came up, and that looked like that's his first song that he ever did. Was Draft Day, a Draft Day freestyle from Drake. And I don't know if that's like how his name got brought up, but I just listened to all the rest of his shit that he dropped back in 2018 all the way up 2021 and all his other shit that he had. Pretty solid, bro. Probably my favorite artist on the whole clip. It was DC2 Trill. But he definitely took the crown from him. What the fuck? What the fuck is amazing? It is amazing. That's a great song. I love that transition, and it's just all the flows bouncing around. That was like their most diverse song on this whole project. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody didn't sound the same. Um, all the same, which is crazy. All the same is pretty cool. I do like the sample on there. Um, Shout out to V's for being on there. I definitely wish it was more Detroit artists on there, especially with these beats that are selected. Definitely wish for more Detroit artists. Besides those top three songs, I would say like if I wasn't rapping school, um, Millionaire. I was singing Millionaire. Millionaire has a catchy hook. Um, one time is hard. I'm not gonna lie. One time's smack. And it's like a few okay songs, but I couldn't help but hear some of these songs and not think about having the Detroit artists into the ramifications of everything, and also the absence of Karrahbooo. Karrahbooo was definitely needed on this album. Add another layer of versatility, far as in her flows, her voice itself, just her total different style would have just fit over these beats. Not every single one, but some of these, and would have helped balance out things from the lack of a better term, the sausage fest that was going on, and it's like this is way too much of that. You calm it down, balance out, get some women in there. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I ain't been touched yet. I think that I'm coleslaw. Like no, 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 nah. We doing that. We need to have Karrahbooo in the building. Karrahbooo got to be on one of these beats if we doing that. That's insane. But it's a few songs on here I definitely did not like. I was not fond of because of that reason. Like I feel like if she was on it, I probably would have liked it a little bit more. It's not even no. It's not even like a. I love Karrahbooo. I hate Yachty type of thing. It's not. No, it's not that at all. I just going off of that first album. That's what made the first album feel so great. Like Jeff and Lita, or not the two, or what I'm saying, a few of these other songs where they just it just worked out super well. So I would have loved to hear more of that. But yeah, those are my favorite songs. It was some of my non-favorite songs, and I would give this a rating of, damn, because I say right now I'll say 8 out of 10. Right now I'll say 8 out of 10. But what about you, Derek?
I did not like this album. I do not like Yachty. These friends be playing this motherfucker all the time. Concrete Boys, all them shit. They was like, hey, bro, I love these motherfuckers. It's Kobe had be like, hey, bro, I love Keeper, bro. That's one of my future wives. Shit like that. I do not like either one of these people. Like, at all. Like, I can't remember the last time I've heard a Yachty song that I liked. Um, but yeah, straight up, it was just, it was like, all right, I'm listening to shit while like doing, uh, while I'm like on the computer and shit, doing like classwork and shit. And I'm hearing like a lot of shit. I'm just like, nothing, nothing's like sticking out to me, except for like weird little random like sound bites. I'm just like, wait, what? It's just like, wait, what this nigga just say? Like shit like that. And I'm just like, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's just like, yeah, bro, what the fuck am I listening to? You know, it's uh, it was so like I'm not tapped into this album. Like I'd even peep because they had told me about the coleslaw bar prior, and I was so tapped out I'd even realize he said this shit. Then I had to re-listen, and then I heard it. It was that bad. It was really bad. I ain't even touched. I'm starting to think I'm coleslaw. I'm like, what the fuck is these nigga? I'm like, I know you did. Yeah, that bar was ass. Um, if there's a song that I would say that like I was like, okay, this don't sound bad. It was um okay, copy, okay, cool. That was the one song where I was just like, okay, this song sound that bad. It was made for y'all to do if anything. Everything else is like, all right, this is somebody else's sound. And it's like it's not even like I don't like Detroit rap or anything. Detroit got Detroit got a good sound. They got like especially with their production and shit. Uh, like one of my favorite producers is Hit Boy, but like, who it's like a good chunk of this is just like, bro, like there's nothing, there's nothing sticking out, nothing sticking out, and for that, like you got credit for like a consistent, like it was definitely consistent. It was just like I'm is the only issue is I'm not liking any of it. So so yeah. If I like it, then like yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's like I can tell you like, hey, some of these is good songs. I just don't like them. Like simple as that. And I feel like there's a lot of good songs on here. Like I'm like White Three Syrups were like pretty solid tracks and shit. But it's like I'm not fucking. I'm myself not fucking with this. This is for some other people, especially around that region. And yeah, if there's I ain't got no top three, bro. I don't. But if I had to give a rating, oh, I give it a strong six right here. Like strong little six. Cause th- like this was an ass. This is like it was an ass. It's just I don't like it. Simply put. So yeah, I'll say if any song that stuck out to me, if it really did at all, it'd be all copy okay cool. And excuse me, yeah, this is it was very consistent. Give it a six. Six. Now, with that being said, to the boys on the concrete, to the boys on the gridiron, we we back we back to the NFL with free agency. We was on our motherfucking phones like we goddamn Sean's during the trade deadline, bro. It's just like, all right, if I wasn't getting these little ESPN notifications, I'm like on X, Twitter. I'm not calling that shit X, Twitter, saying like, okay, little what is the little tiny moves like? Can it Gainwell get signed or can he Gainwell? Or it's the fact Trey Hendrickson being signed by the Ravens. Why they sign him? We'll get into that later. But to start it off, let's deal with the first move. And that would be I'm gonna start off with Malik Willis. Malik Willis, I think he is definitely an intriguing prospect. He's definitely uh show what he's capable of in the pros when he was with the Packers because he wasn't really developing well with the Titans who were in a bad spot as a franchise as a whole as they were moving on past post Tannehill, and it was basically just, hey, bro, it's Derrick Henry running offense, and whoever is the least who's the least bad option at QB. It was either him or Will Levis, and y'all see how that goes. Turns out it was neither of them. Cam Ward is the future now, but I'm a I'm gonna say this is a pretty good signing for the Dolphins, who are like moving on from Tua, and I highly doubt they want. From what they seen from Quinn Ewers, he's like doubt as like the future of a franchise. So yeah, I feel like it's a good move. They still have Waddle, they still have Devon A. And there's a couple like decent weapons at Dolphins, and a pretty like overall okay line. Um, I'll say I'm not gonna give ratings on it, but I feel like it's a pretty good. So yeah, of course the only issue is when it comes to like his performance, like when he performs good, the sample size of that is really small. Because like I can give a pass for when he was a Titan. He was a rookie, you know, with the Titans who aren't really that really outside of Derrick Henry. There wasn't really productivity out of them. Any of them. They have some okay. They have some pretty okay receivers, but if I would have, if I were to say like any QB could come in and dominate in that situation, they would have to be a very elite quarterback. But I feel like his time with Packers really helped him. I feel like Packers are really good at developing QBs, which how they did with Jordan Love. I feel like Malik was definitely improved during his time with the Packers. I feel like a big highlight was his game against the Ravens this last season. Um, how he was able to make solid throws and move with his legs. Yeah, I feel like it's a good pickup. Um, now for 3 years and 67.5 mil. Um, we'll say that is a lot of money, but um it's not anything crazy for me to be like, yeah, it's not a crazy overpay. 67 million is nothing. It's nothing that would like straight up write off. It's like, yeah, this is a crazy. It's about it. Okay, well, it's consider what we know now. It's like this would be a bad comparison. I'll say it's almost like when he's uh takes his son Brock Osweiler, but at the same time, Brock Osweiler, we wouldn't know that he would turn out to be hella ass. But yeah, next I'm gonna talk about the Raiders bringing in Tyler Linderbaum. With that, it's really just like the Raiders really needed help on a lot, especially at center, because with with Patty Carroll, did a very bad job when it comes to managing the line, moving in a person who's good at guard to center, who and importantly he didn't like being center, being playing center, and then we had someone who was good at center and they decided to move him to guard. You can see how bad that went, and considering if you watch the Raiders' offensive line, their their whole their line was really bad when it came to the damn. Really, when it came to like the run blocking, it was very terrible. Like, and I want to say the only bright spot of that line is really just well, I won't say the bright spot. I'll say the bad side of them is Colton Miller. But even still, it was not. It was very bad line. So the pickup on Tyler Linderbaum is definitely a big boost. Now and like the biggest, of course, issues his contract. They're giving him 27 million a year, which is like, pretty big for a center. I feel like considering what they had and considering what they need, I feel like his pros will outweigh the cons, aren't like any like injury or anything. So yeah, I feel like this is a good pickup for the Raiders, and definitely a big boost for their line. Next, I'm gonna talk about Kenneth Walker signing with the Chiefs for 3 years, 45 mil. Um, although I would say Kenneth Walker is a really good running back, he has Pro Bowl potential, but I would say only downside is like he has injury history. So So as long as he stays healthy, it's going to be a good pickup for the Chiefs. I definitely think it was time for them to move on from Pacheco. Uh, he nor Clyde Edwards-Helaire. How did I say that? Uh, two running backs who the Chiefs had starting for the last couple of years. They are not 1,000-yard material. Like as we've seen, they at best will get you a smooth 900. They're good at running backs, but I wouldn't expect them. And like I expect them to get like a couple like clutch runs. Other than that, I don't really expect a lot of them. Don't expect them like as game changers. You feel me? So I feel like yeah, Kenneth Walker is definitely an improvement considering yeah he's actually was able to get 1,000 yards, and you can just be like yeah well with that line of course you would. Well, Chiefs kind of have a good line with a good line with Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey, so I wouldn't exactly say yeah like he's going to a bad defensive line. This isn't like DeMarco Murray going to the Eagles. It's like straight up like yeah he's going from a good line to another good line. So I feel like he's definitely going to succeed there if barring any injuries of course. And like yeah the Chiefs is not it's not coming off one of the best season. Pat's coming back from the ACL, so I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna take it easy on him. Or not, they might fuck around and throw 40 passes a game. Who knows? But yeah, I feel like this is a good pickup for the Chiefs. And 3 years for 45 mil is not really that big of a payment. So it's 15 a year. So uh, next we got the move of Jalen Phillips signing with the Panthers. Um, here's the thing. I'm gonna talk about him and Trey Hendrickson, considering Trey Hendrickson is getting paid for less. I don't think Jalen Phillips is worth 120 mil. He's definitely worth more than Trey. I will. So, in my honest opinion, it's a good signing for the Panthers in terms of like they need help with a pass rush. It's just how much they paid him is the issue. Like, I genuinely think he's gonna improve the defensive line. I don't think he is worth that much. Now he could, you know, you know, he's still like young and all that stuff. So yeah, he could straight up like go out there and show out and play his worth. It's just like what we got him so far. I don't think it's worth that much. Is my only issue. But otherwise, that I think it's a really good pickup for the Panthers in terms of like they pass rush and stuff. With Trey Hendrickson though, I feel like that's a very not really an inexpensive pickup for Baltimore. I feel like it's definitely a needed pickup because they haven't really been making a whole bunch of crazy moves. Is if anything, it's just comes up we've been hearing from the Ravens. It's all right. People were leaving, and then came in, and also like they need help with the pass rush. They were like in the bottom 5 in terms of sacks and shit. So yeah, he's definitely a big pickup. But yeah, the whole reason this was made was because these niggas backed out the fucking Max Crosby trade. And keep it up. Them niggas had cold feet. That whole shit like, hey, yo, his physical, that shit was fucking cap. That shit was cap. Niggas knew he had procedure done. Like, bro, like I know the Raiders was like tanking and shit, sending that nigga out for the year, and that nigga clearly could still play, but he was still like had like an injury. It was just like, bro, he could definitely still play through it because like Max Crosby is tough like that. But let's be for real. Y'all was like, hey, damn, a lot of people are leaving, and we just gave 2 first-round picks to the Raiders.
But we good, bro. Isaiah gonna stay. Oh, he went to the Giants. Oh, okay.
All right, we can just we can lead on the run game. We still got Linderbaum and Ricard.
Oh, they
Oh,
gone too?
they got two. Oh shit.
At least we got
That's
Tyler Huntley.
yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, we're gonna need them picks back. Them picks back. Hey, you can take the dude back, bro. We don't need them that bad. We don't need them that bad.
Oh God, bro.
Bro, this shit, bro. Hey, bro, hey, bro,
Mark Williams
yeah, he
trade,
failed us.
nigga.
He failed us physical, bro. We're gonna need him back, bro. Yeah, bro. Something about his knee, bro. Yeah, bro. We can't have him unhealthy. I said, nigga, you knew this.
I blame the Lakers. I blame the Lakers for this happening. You can sit up there and be like, I already know the injury history, and then you can just have cold feet and be like, nah, let's go ahead and do this. Now the Lakers waited till goddamn the trade deadline was over with and did that shit. That was insane. You gotta pack your bags up and shit. You in your new house looking like goddamn Will Smith and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That nigga was leaving. You in a new crib and us looking stupid. Like, damn, bro, I gotta get pack all this shit back out. God damn it. This is fucked up, bro.
Nigga just hooked up the TV.
What that nigga
It's like,
Axe said before when Drake not when Drake when Kendrick dropped damn, what's it called? Meet the Grams. I was about to pop the 80. I gotta show you that
just
clip,
think,
bro. You ain't seen that shit.
just think. The Hornets got that Dalton Connect, bro.
Dalton Connect alongside Concanepo.
And Lonzo and Brandon Miller and I guess Miles. Another shooter, bro.
Those guys would be like 6C right now.
But now he's still on the Lakers, huh?
The fact that you have to ask that question tells me a lot about how much that trade affected everything for that young man's career. Hopefully he gets out of that and gets that confidence
Right.
back and gets back into the rotation more consistently. But also it's because they got a lot more white boys on that team. Like they got Jake LaRavia, they have Luke
Austin,
Kennard, they got what's another guy.
Austin.
I mean, Austin, of course they got Austin and Luca, but there's another guy they got that's a two-way guy. So it's not really that much space for him. And like I said, and all those guys play two-way or they're elite shooters. You're like cool offensively. You're not an elite shooter. You were doing good up until that trade happened, and I don't know, bro. Like, hopefully you get your
You got
confidence back.
Maxi Kleber, Drew
Maxi Cleaver,
Timmy.
yeah, Drew Timmy, yeah, those two right there. Those the two I was missing. Elite shooters, veterans, shit like that. So, mm-mm. But yeah, let's
Yeah,
get back on topic.
but I thought about Malik. I thought Malik Willis, Jalen Phillips, Kenneth Walker, and Trey Hendrickson, Linderbaum, and the Max Crosby trade.
Okay, I definitely feel like I definitely feel like Malik Willis was definitely a big move. Um, being that it revamps the Miami Dolphins, they have an elite, what we're perceiving to be an elite QB. Um, being that in his 11 starts, he went crazy. He did what he was supposed to do, and he was already like we've seen a good part of him in college and stuff, and he had time to develop um, in the background, especially under Jordan Love. I feel like the Green Bay system has always had a good QB development. Like, they go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, and then Jordan Love to Malik Willis. I feel like that's a pretty great, transition. And I know this have a lot to be happy about with having him down there. You know what I'm saying? You having a solidified QB after all these years of dealing with Tua and his consistent
That's just
concussions, concussion injuries and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing him off. Um, now besides the outdoors like Kenneth Walker Jr., not Kenneth Walker Jr. I don't know why I be on to say that. Kenneth Walker III. Um, him going to KC is definitely going to be a big major move than more people realize. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco's cool. Like I love him on Madden and stuff like that, but he's not an elite top tier running back. Like you just got the Super Bowl MVP and added it to the Chiefs that needed something, some something injected into their veins, and they got it. They got it with
Yeah, oh,
this.
that's what I was saying. I say he's a good running back, but he's not a 1,000 yard rusher.
Hmm.
Like he's not Pro Bowl caliber running back. I would say.
Exactly. So now you just added another Pro Bowler. Just added somebody else that can affect this offense in a total different way than they have in years previous. And I feel like that's gonna be the thing they're gonna have to do because you just lost Trent Richards. I mean, damn, not Trent
Trent
Richardson.
Richardson. So, yeah, they lost him a long time ago, bro.
Like, that's not what I wanted to say. Not my Brian Blake, bro. Trent McDuffie. You just lost Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson both to the fucking LA Rams. One through a trade, one through a signing. Your defense are taking hits, so you need something, and you gotta outside your offense. Y'all didn't have cornerbacks before. This ain't the first time y'all lost cornerbacks. Y'all are great at developing cornerbacks. Y'all just not good at paying them what they need in order to keep them on your team. Because you don't value defense that much. You value it enough to have a good enough defense to be able to stay in games, but you don't value it enough to stand on it and keep an elite defense going forward if it's going to interact with your offense taking a step back. You're not taking a step back offensively. You taking a step forward. And I think this is really great for y'all. DJ Moore to the Bills. DJ Moore to the Bills is definitely something that needed to be done. I'm not gonna lie. I have
Talked
been
about this
saying,
already.
huh?
We talked about that already.
We
We
did.
talked about that in the previous episode.
We did talk about that in the last episode. We damn sure did. Oh, but that getting cut. And I'll probably say
You not know.
the Trey Hendrickson signing was pretty good. I mean, it was previous reports saying that they were trying to match him and Max Crosby on the same defense. Man, that'd have been crazy. That'd have been scary for some teams. That'd have made that defense look spectacular. Then you got the offense on the other side, man. That would have been beautiful. But right now they're viewing Trey Hendrickson as their closer defensively. You know what I'm saying? That's what the reports are. Um, they're leaning a lot of weight on him. They're putting a lot of eggs in their basket for this guy. Being that they miss what 5 starters this offseason. We just talking about that's really insane. And then the whole clusterfuck of you know what I'm saying the Max Crosby situation that we just talked about is I don't know, it's a lot of pressure to put on one guy. We'll see what happens. I definitely feel like they need to make more moves, guys. Like they lost 5 starters, only got one guy out of all those 5 people that they missed out on, and but they do have their picks back, and they did get Snoop, so they do have insurance at the QB position. So this is just find something else, get some more offense flowing. Um, let's see if it's an AJ Brown trade still on the table. You know what I'm saying? Is the AJ Brown trade still on the table? Because I keep saying that they want to go for a first round pick, and what we've seen from them is that they're probably not gonna make a trade until June 1st. That's what it's looking like because if they trade him right now or they waive them, it would be a bunch of dead cap space of like $43 million. But if they wait till after June 1st, you're looking at about 17.8 in cap space, in dead cap space, which is a lot better. It's $30 million. Why wouldn't you wait if it ain't nothing that you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be worth your while. Everybody like kind of
And it's
bullshitting you.
it, and it's the off season. That shit not gonna hurt AJ.
Exactly, exactly. You might as well just wait, bro. Just wait. We'll see what's going on. See what it's looking like then. Um, I say Baltimore though. I still have Baltimore been in that conversation. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills made a move like that. Um, double down on their chances. Um, I don't see um I don't see Kansas City going up for them, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did try to do that. I don't know how they would make that work, but if the Kansas City tried to double up, really double down on their um offense and went and got AJ Brown, that would be super nasty. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing AJ Brown in a Chicago jersey. You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy. Um, I would have loved to have seen the Patriots, but obviously that's not going to happen. That's something that has broke down as time has went on. That was like the number one destination that was talked about, and I don't know. We'll see from there. One of the things that also got confirmed yesterday, as of the recording of this episode, was Kyler Murray finally got signed by the Vikings. Man, finally got signed by the Vikings after us talking about that for what the past 3 months that he was being eyed by them. And now that he's signed, it's being said that he does not want to come second to JJ McCarthy at all. Not once. He does not want to come off the bench for him, nothing. Only way this work out, if JJ did win the, like, he doesn't even want to do a QB battle. If they pick JJ over him, he would rather sit out and just wait for them to fully transition into him being a starter versus being his backup QB. That's how much confidence he has in himself. Almost definitely to the point where this contract, it's a one deal, it's a non-franchise tag. So that means if he goes out here and does great, they can't just hold him hostage. They have to pay the man or let him go. Let him go somewhere else. And there's also been rumors about him possibly being a replacement to Matthew Stafford in a few years on the LA Rams. When they already talking about that, I don't think it'd probably be too long until he probably considers retirement. So that's insane. Um, do you have any thoughts on Kyler Murray getting getting signed by the Vikings?
It's a good pickup for the Vikings for sure. I would say try not to. Well, I definitely say it's very early to be like talking this to be asking this thing. All right, you're in a competition with all nine. You okay with Mantra? You okay with him being the backup? Whatever. But he's only there for a year, so I feel like it's crazy to just be asked, be hitting this nigga with that kind of questions. But at the same time, it's very early for the nigga to be saying shit like that. Like, hey, bro, you ain't really been practicing with the team like that or nothing. You literally just signed the contract, and that contract is only for a year. So it's like, hey, bro, relax. Don't be saying shit like that. 'Cause it's not like it's like cool, you got confidence, but at the same time, like that shit could like not mess well unless like, and if you were to say that on like in the matter of like, yeah, like I'm here to like compete, then it's like, yeah, for sure. But you ain't saying, but that's not how you, but that's not what's coming out your mouth, bro. It's like, hey, bro, I'm here, hey, bro, I'm here to start. I'm not gonna ride no bench. It's like, okay, like, well, this is who y'all just signed. So I really do think, but yeah, either way, I definitely do think he's a definitely like needed. Um, I still don't think the Vikings should move on from nine, just off of 1 year starting with his over here wiped out with a torn with a leg injury. So it's like like the fact this is like legit discussion and shit. I feel like is that's like one of the big issues people have with the development of QBs in the NFL, motherfuckers would be expecting y'all ass to come in and immediately bring it to the promised land. It's like, hey, bro, it's not his fault. Y'all, he got drafted by a team that was already in like position. It's like, hey, bro, all we need is a quarterback. It's like, okay, like, hey, bro, we got a defense. We just need a quarterback. Unfortunately, your quarterback is in his second year. This is his first year actually playing in the actually playing football, and it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like he was healthy watching for the sideline, yeah, like soaking the game up. No, he was in a fucking hospital bed, like with a fucking cast on, like, hey, go team.
Yeah,
Like, bro,
fact.
what the fuck is we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Like, and like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, and like, bro, I've seen flashes of him. He legit led them to a win against my fucking Bears on the first game of the year. That shit was pissing me off. Like, he's showing flashes, and I'm just like, bro, like, nah, and y'all want to break up his college shit, like, nigga, hey, bro, he's in the NFL now.
Yeah, let that shit
Man,
go.
he was carried by a strong run game. Where them running backs at right now, dog? Like, hell, here, bro. Like, bro, he clearly has potential. He definitely got more potential than the nigga who's backing him up. Nigga ain't throw one touchdown. So I say, get that nigga basically his whole fucking rookie contract before y'all talk about, hey, bro, it's time for us to move on from him. Nah, that ain't how it is. This ain't a free agent sign, nigga. This is a whole rookie. He basically like this whole young dude, bro, on a rookie contract. Why the fuck y'all talking about moving on from him already?
Yeah.
Off one season. Like, y'all dead ass treating that nigga like he's Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen played worse than him. And they're like, bro, I was like, bro, and after 1 year, head coach got fired after 1 year. Steve Wilkes brought in a whole coach who had a losing record, Cliff Kingsbury, and drafted Kyler Murray. Y'all tell me y'all trying to follow the Cardinals' footsteps? Come on, bro. And who them niggas got at QB? Them niggas is talking about, hey, bro, we might just roll with Jacoby for another season.
Jacoby Brissett.
And Jacoby cool, but he's legit. What's the word? That nigga's Brian Hoyer. That nigga's legit a bridge QB, bro. Like, no, like, nigga, we are not like you are not keeping that nigga long term. Like, let's be for real.
Oh hell no.
He's, he's better than Brian Hoyer for sure, but still, like, let's keep it a buck. I
Oh
love
shit.
Jacoby Brett, but he is not. He is not. I'm not gonna have that nigga like as my franchise
Jacoby
QB.
was the future of the Patriots and the Colts organization. What are we talking about, man? The future. Now he's the president of Arizona. Come on, man.
I didn't see that nigga as the future. Every time he had a chance, it was like, yeah, he ain't do nothing crazy. So yeah, what he did in Arizona, I wanted to see that in fucking. That's what I wanted to see in Indianapolis. If he did that shit, what he did in Arizona, getting hella yards, even though mind you, there was games they was getting fucking blown out, but still though, like, come on, nigga throw like nigga has not did not throw 20 touchdowns until that, and even then they was hella aggressive in games they were fucking losing. So yeah, don't follow the Cardinals. Do not move on from JJ after what 1 year of Kyler Murray. Come on, bro. If he plays well, all right, he plays well. If I move Mitchell, hey, bro, then yeah, at that point y'all gonna have to make the decision. But like, yo, as far as like, if you're not gonna take him, if you're not gonna keep a quarterback that you're willing to develop, that you use the first round pick on him, then take him to somebody who actually like who knows what they're doing, who knows like how to like develop motherfuckers, like because you're wasting that young dude's time right now. After one season, you out here like, hey, bro, we gonna bring this nigga in.
Yeah,
Fuck out
facts.
my face, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Either way, it's a good sign. All right.
Mm,
Gino back to the Jets. So what y'all
oh
say?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh God,
Okay,
I had no real reaction
like
to that.
like he hit his prime in Seattle. That's just over now. I get it that Raiders offense was bad, but I also remember seeing his last year in Seattle. That shit wasn't that good either. And then they had DK Metcalf. So like and Tyler Lockett. So what are we doing here? That's all I'm saying. What are we doing? Jets, you y'all got a whole lot of shit going on for y'all. Yeah, a y'all had y'all QB that y'all was gonna take for the second overall pick on lock, just to go and say, I know I'm like expected to go number 2 overall, but I feel like I'm better off staying another year of college. Like, all right, bro, like just say you don't want to play for the Jets, even like that. If Eli Manning can fucking say, hey, bro, I don't want to play for the Chargers, and got traded for Phillips, then your ass can say, hey, bro, I don't want to play for the Jets. Simple as that. Just say you don't want to play for them. Simple as that.
Yeah, because that
Like you
worked
like
out. That does not work out in the
because
NBA, bro. Can't do that in the NBA. You shouldn't be able to do that in any professional sport. If a nigga draft you and they want to pick you, they're ready to pick you.
it's like, hey, and it's like, bro, you're going back to college. What what are you gaining from this exactly?
So who going back
More
to college?
experience?
You talking about
I'm talking about
Trinidad?
Dante. Talking about no Dante Moore,
Oh,
because that nigga was projected to go number 2, and he talking about he's trying to go back. Trinidad, it's like Trinidad's case. It's like you're 24. Why do you need another year? You trying to develop in college at the age of 24? Like nigga, go to the fucking league. Let's be real. You're not a day one starter, so you're gonna be on the bench. You can get your experience there. You're gonna get better experience there than you will in the fucking starting another year in Ole Miss, which your old ass. But either way, Jen, getting traded to the fucking Jets for like late round picks, it's really nothing major. I will say it's not really going. All you really did is open up a spot for Fernando for the Raiders. That's all you did.
Mendoza.
And low key, I wouldn't mind staying. Like you can be a back. Like Gino, you can be a backup. Like let's be for real. Like I would not like it. Cause Gino, fuck, like yeah. So you gonna give him to the Jets? The Jets is just going. That nigga's gonna do the exact same shit he did with the Raiders, straight up.
There's a better line with the Jets though.
I guess. Yeah, he got a better receiver.
They
Uh,
have a better line. They got a better
but they
running
lost
back.
Vera Tucker though. They also lost Vera Tucker.
They did, but they still got a better line, and they and they have a great
Recent Garrett.
running back, and then they still have a great wide receiver over there. He can make a little bit of noise. He can win a little. I expect him to win more games than he did with the Raiders. And then it's a comeback season. Like he's coming back to the team that drafted him, so I definitely expect him to do something. I don't expect him to be in the playoff race. If they do that shit, that'd be fucking crazy. But I don't expect them to be in the playoff race. I expect them to just let them play it out. They win a few games. They get the you know what I'm saying, get the fans a little hyped up for Arch Manning to come next season.
I still think they need like at least to get another QB because Brady Cook didn't do well. Justin Fields was just one. I need that guy to be more aggressive. Two, he was like yeah, straight up like he was disappointed because like yeah, it's definitely disappointing considering I've seen what you're capable of. Like what you did when you ran for 1,000 yards, that should not have been your peak, to put it plain. So now, granted, you should not have been in New York to be like, yeah, I'm gonna break out here, but still, I, s- I feel like Justin should go to. like Green Bay or San Francisco, one of those places. But yeah, moving on from that, Isaiah Likely to the Giants. That is a good move for the Giants. A bad move for the Ravens, because considering last year you re-signed Mark Andrews, who is a good tight end, he is on Isaiah Likely is more younger than him. So being like I'm commit, so saying you're committed to your older tight end and letting your young tight end walk to your former head coach is definitely not swell. It's definitely a big move for the Giants as they're like continuing to build around Jackson Dart, who's come.
Mm-hmm. The offense
I
gonna
feel
be
like yeah,
amazing.
it's definitely gonna be something.
I don't say amazing, but it's gonna be great to watch.
Yeah, oh my God, I can't remember all the moves the Giants have made so far, but yeah, it's definitely a giant move for them going
Nigga
forward and
said a
shit.
giant move for the Giants. This
God, hey,
nigga
bro,
here.
great move for the New York Football Giants. I love football. I
Giant
don't like
move for
Giants,
the
but I like
Giants.
football.
Oh shit, bro. Let me see real
Shit.
quick. I'm looking this up. Tremaine Edmonds, Jordan Stout, Greg Newsome II,
Oh,
Patrick
look,
Ricard,
you
Jason
talking about Jan? Oh,
Sanders. Oh, they did.
okay.
They did just get Calvin Austin. I think that happened yesterday. Ardarius Washington,
You know what,
Jason
bro?
Pinnock, and
Jason
Elijah
Pinnock,
Campbell.
the Giants.
Yep, this is all Giants.
Okay.
And that's some key resigns as well.
Oh, you said Patrick Ricard also, right?
Did I say it? Yes, I did. I did.
Yeah. Patrick Ricard is definitely underrated signing for that run game, because he's definitely a solid. Him and Juszczyk are really the two definitive solid fallbacks in the league. Uh, Juszczyk is more like utility though. Because he can block, and like I can throw the ball to him. I can maybe have him run,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm gonna get yards at him. Ricard is just straight up blocking, which was uh, definitely uh vital when it came to Baltimore's run game,
Mm-hmm.
when you got Lamar and Derrick Henry in the backfield. Um, Now I don't wish them to run Jackson Dart like how they do Lamar, one, because Jackson Dart does not know how to protect himself, but also,
But I think
um,
that's a teachable thing.
yeah, but it's like how long until they learn is the thing.
I feel that. Oh, I
It's
definitely
like,
feel that.
because I don't want you to learn after turning your ACL, or getting three concussions like Tua.
Technically, I already got two.
Like I don't want you to be on a stretcher talking about, with like you got one more injury before retirement, to say, yeah, I'm gonna start protecting my body now. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh god, a little too late for that, but
I'm trying to see if there's any other key movements, key moves. Uh, oh yeah, Steelers acquiring Michael Pittman Jr. from the Colts, along with a seventh round in exchange for a sixth rounder, and signed a 3-year deal for 59 million, and also signing Rico Dowdle to a 2-year deal, 12 mil.
and they lost
Uh,
the man, the myth, the legend, Kenneth Gainwell to the Bucks.
so yeah, I think it's definitely a good move, especially with the Colts. They moving on. They moving on from in this. They couldn't pay him and Alec Pierce. Decided to keep Alec Pierce. Signed him for 4 mil, over 100 mil. It's like 4 years for over 100 mil. Michael Pittman has definitely shown flashes of, but I would say it's past the time to consider him a number one receiver. But I feel like he's definitely would do good as a number two with DK on his side. And Rico Dowdle is legit the epitome of like, hey yo, he is actually capable of doing something crazy. Now he did like, the numbers did trickle down like past those back-to-back 200-yard games, but I feel like I feel like this is a good signing, especially if it's only for $12 million. So yeah, and
If you're Aaron
he's still
Rodgers, does this convince you to come back?
maybe I would say yeah, but at the same time, it comes down to does he feel like he should play?
Mm.
I feel like that should be the thought he should have in his mind before like, um, well they got that like well they got a good team waiting there for me. Like it's really I feel like all right that's cool, but I feel like that should not be your first thought at like 42. Your thought shouldn't be, well, what does the team look like? It should be, a should I at 42 still be playing?
I think so. I think he still got it. It's still in him. I would like to see him take him to the Chargers. He doesn't have to replace J Herbo, but if J Herbo starts, I mean Justin Hubert, he starts looking uh, pedestrian, like he's gonna looking the same as he has in the past few years. Mr. Potential himself. Put Aaron Rodgers in. But before that even happens, Aaron Rodgers can, teach him things, this, that, and the third, and he has an exciting chance to play
At the same time,
box office.
I doubt
Box office.
Aaron Rodgers is not going to go to a team that already has a QB.
Oh no,
I
this is
don't
just
think,
my ideal. This is
yeah,
ideal.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think he'll do it either.
ideally speaking, like he's not going to sit behind anybody.
No, hell no. No, he wouldn't do that. He just would. That's something I would like to happen. Other than that, shit, I don't really know. Um, that should be it. NFL wise, as far as like the most important things.
Yep.
All
Um,
right, moving from the football to the basketball, we had some surprising news. Dwight Howard has officially retired. And just like he even said in his statement, he like, I know a few people probably thought I've been retired, but I got pushed out the league. That is true. He definitely did get pushed out the league. Um, he should have signed that Lakers contract, man. He signed paid him. Oh, I gotta think about it. I gotta do. You should have signed that motherfucking contract right there and then. He could end up on the 76ers and all this other goofy ass shit. Like Dwight's not supposed to be over there, bro. Dwight is supposed to be Dwight is supposed to be in a Lakers uniform, like to this day. But it didn't help that he had those allegations come out. Some things were confirmed, some things wasn't. All that happened, and then um, the stuff just about him as a person coming out, just bad things, just all around his name. So of course, when you're dealing with teams that want to win a championship in an era where there's a new champion every season, no, nobody wants to take a risk like that. You know what I'm saying? And take up a spot that they could give to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? A winning position. So I kind of feel bad for him at the same time, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you're an NBA champion. You've been to the finals twice. You've played with some legends. You had a good career, bro. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? You're lack of playing in your later years isn't like Chris Bosh, somebody who's still dealing with health issues to this day, and you know what I'm saying, had his career cut short by injuries and stuff that's out of his control and blood clots and him fighting to come back into the league. That was totally different. You had a real deal, established career already prior to just joining the Lakers. You joined the Lakers like the cherry on top, and you getting that, well, joining back again with the Lakers, I'll say, because you already had that first stint. But yeah, I would say it's a great legendary career by Mr. Dwight Howard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how much of it this is a conspiracy hat. I'm not saying anything that should be taken super serious, far as taking down this page or anything like that. But it's just a little awkward that after his wife showed that little white bag, he goes to the Lakers game and he's all up here celebrating and hoo hoo ha ha one day after. And then a few days after he announces a divorce, he's retiring. It's just a little crazy little timeline of things happening in that way. But, shout out to Dwight Howard for a great career. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Derek? How did you feel about the retiring of D12?
Uh, I feel yeah, it's definitely about that time. The timing is definitely crazy, but it was definitely about that time. Like, uh, league unfortunately like was moving on from him, so it was only a matter of time, like, because it was very clear he had no business playing overseas. Them niggas like that nigga was looking like himself in Orlando,
Oh
and said
God, shit, probably
plus
better than
him.
that. Nigga shooting
I was
threes and
like,
shit.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was just about to say that. I said, plus he shoots threes now. So it's like, yeah, it's definitely it's definitely like a crazy time. So I was like, yeah. And it's like it's not really more you have to prove. I get it. If anything, it's like, yeah, you would like to play play a little. You would like just play in the league. If anything, the more. But yeah, it was about that time. 100% already have a Hall of Fame career. So yeah, it's only a matter of time that you don't got for you before he gets into the Hall of Fame. Um, yeah, yeah, he had a crazy career. He had was it 3 straight Defensive Player of the Years for him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Led the Orlando Magic with the final to the finals, only to run into a man named Kobe. Went to Kobe, unfortunately that duo didn't mesh well. Went to Houston and had a solid combo with him and James Harden. Um,
The Mohawk
then
Boys.
eventually became essentially a journeyman after that, going to the Wizards, the Hawks, the Hornets,
That
and I think
Hawk
it was the
season was
Hornets,
crazy.
and I think it was the
He had like
Hornets.
26 rebounds in one game. No, was it 30
Hornets. He was
rebounds?
with. No, I thought that was with the Hornets. He had that 30-30 game.
Let's look that up.
He had 30 points and 30 rebounds.
Dwight Howard.
But I was like, yeah, he was with the Hawks with Kemba
That
when
was
it
Jesus.
was,
Comeback win over the Brooklyn Nets. Jesus.
so yeah, he definitely had a solid I think it was what he went to the when he went to the Wizards, that's when he had that glute injury. His ass was hurting. Eventually he got traded and eventually was traded and cut. Then that's when he went to the Lakers for the second time and got and was with a team. He got there after like I say, just let go of Boogie because Boogie got hurt over the offseason. You know, they need someone to replace the spot, and he proved to be a solid piece for that front court that consisted of him, AD, and JaVale. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, him, which came very key in their finals run, getting his first championship. Um, and then after that, went to the Sixers and went back to the Lakers, and after that he was just out of the league. I definitely wish he was in the league by the time he retired, but unfortunately, it's just moved on from him, whether he liked it or not. But it was definitely cool to see him. He was all him at the slam dunk contest when he had that fucking Superman cape on, jumped from the free throw line just to throw the ball into the fucking hoop like aggressively. Um, Nate Robinson dunking over him. Um, yeah, shout out to the other crew for that, man, Dwight.
No facts. The fuck. Yeah. Um, all right, let's get into the biggest story. The biggest story in the NBA, bro. The pecking order has changed. There's a new king on the block. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, man. We're talking about big threes. It always goes, in no particular order. Jordan, Braun, Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? You hear Magic, Bird, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? We talk about these legendary big threes. Now we got Wilt, Bam, Kobe. Like what? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Wilt, Bam, Kobe is insane, dog. That man, Bam Adebayo, scored 83 motherfucking points against the Washington Wizards. But it was very much still a historic moment in history. It wasn't Devin Booker 70 points. You know what I'm saying? Losing 15 plus to the Celtics. It wasn't quite that terrific, but you know what I'm saying? It was definitely something. I would
This
say
was just
that.
the reverse. This was just the reverse of that. It was
Niggas
niggas
damn that
scoring a
up
whole bunch,
20.
a whole bunch of points against a trash team.
Niggas is triple teaming and everything, bro. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Bam is telling the Heat like do not start fouling. They fouling niggas intentionally so they can go to the free throw line and save time so they can go back down and get this 80. And the funniest thing wasn't even the fact that happened. It was the reaction to it. Like niggas talking about, oh, I get on Facebook. This is disrespectful. Oh, hell no. He should have stopped at 81 and then jacked out the game. Man, you don't get the fuck out of my face, bro. Get out of my face, bro. Why would I do that? Oh, let me think about Kobe, because Kobe will look at you like you a bitch if you did some shit like that. Like, what the fuck wrong with you, bro?
Like that's like legit. When I heard that, I was like, nigga, why the fuck would he do that? Like, okay, let's put it. Let's give you a scenario. If Kobe was at 99 that game, you think niggas was gonna say, hey, bro, you should step out and you should not take this last field goal in respect to Wilt Chamberlain? Like, nigga, fuck out of here, bro.
Oh God.
Y'all niggas was not finna say that shit, bro.
Oh God. Like
I think it was not saying that.
my group, bro.
Like,
My group. My niggas. We was. I ain't gonna lie. That niggas was dead ass crying when Kobe passed. We will not be sitting up there putting Kobe on this motherfucking high ass pedestal just because he passed. Like, can we stop doing that? Can we stop doing that shit to people? Just because they passed, niggas is gods now. Like, no. Like, y'all, some of y'all niggas didn't even like Kobe. Y'all hated that nigga. And now, oh, well, he gotta sit up. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on, bro. Stop the bullshit. Nigga, wait on you.
I know it's my turn now.
Yes.
All right, all right. Here's what I'll say. Well, I wasn't happy how he got it because like the nigga shot like ass and he had 36 free throws. But 83 is 83. Simply put, simply put, it like if he had just got the free throw record, I would be like, man, for sure. Like nigga at 83. Like I remember I looked. It's like, hey bro, he's at whatever after the first half. I was like, all right, cool. I didn't think they was gonna keep letting that nigga shoot. That's like straight up. I thought they was gonna sit him out. Like, all right, bro, the game's over. All right, the game's pretty much over. Let the bench in. No, they kept that nigga in. I was like, what the fuck? Look back, this nigga's at 70. I get back, game's over, nigga at 83. I was like, you for real? And can we stop acting like Kobe had like 81 was the record? Like, bro, he just got the second most points. Like, it's cool the fact he got 83. Can we stop acting like this nigga got he got the scoring record? He don't. He got the he got the Miami Heat record for sure. That's legit what caught my attention. He's like, yeah, he about to break LeBron's record. Granted, LeBron he broke his record against a trash ass Charlotte team. Cause I think later that year that's when that nigga Melo struck that drop 60 on nil. But yeah, y'all wasn't saying shit when them niggas did that, bro. I ain't trying to hear it, bro. I'm
No
gonna say
facts.
this. People bitching about it. Y'all can say, yo, I don't like how he get it. But at the same time, you gotta acknowledge this nigga scored 83 points. That is not an easy feat to do. Nigga made 36 free throws. That's not the easiest thing to do. It's easy, but it's not the easiest thing. And at the same time, we can acknowledge that nigga shot like ass, bro. 7 for 22 at the three is not good. Making 7 threes is good. 22 shots is not good. That's like when fucking it took Malcolm to shoot the ball 50, 40 times to score 40.
I forgot about that shit. Bro. I'm not going.
It's like, all right,
I blocked that shit out of my memory bank. I ain't gonna lie.
it's
God
like, bro,
damn.
it's a matter like, yeah, bro. It's like, bro, two things can be true. He did not shoot good. He, a good chunk of those points came from free. 36 of that 83 came from free throws. It's like, yeah. And it's like, yeah, that's not the ideal. I would like that you got them 83 off straight up oops, and you did that. You got 20 field goals. It's just like, yeah, it's not ideal, but I don't give a fuck. Nigga scored 83. Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? If I was a Heat fan, I would have been ecstatic. I don't give a fuck. I would have been like, hey, bro, you shot like ass, but hey, good shit against the Wizards. But at the same time, got to acknowledge the Wizards. What the fuck were y'all doing out there? I get it at some point. It's like, yeah, you got a triple team, but it's like y'all little game plan was flimsy to say the best. And legit, that was like probably the worst basketball, one of the worst scenes of basketball y'all played this year. Mind you, I'm pretty sure y'all played worse than that. It's just no one paid attention because niggas didn't score 80 or 70, none of that shit. And to the people saying you should have stepped out, you telling me you will be at 82, about to shoot two free throws. I'm sorry, you would be at 80. You're sitting at 80 with like a good amount of time left in the game. If you tired, if you straight up fatigued, then it's like, yeah, that's understandable. If you still know, you know for sure you still got a whole lot of hoop left in you at 80, you're gonna sit out. You're gonna sit out. That's why I gotta say, hey, bro. That's why I gotta ask. If you was at 90, and at the same time you gotta ask, if you was at 99, will you sit yourself out for Will Chamberlain?
No,
That's the important question. What the
fuck
fuck you
no.
not? You're like, hey, bro, I want to score 100 points.
Kobe wouldn't do it himself. That's the most disrespectful part about it. Why the
It's like,
fuck would
bro,
we do that? Kobe wouldn't do it himself. He would be mad as fuck at you for doing that shit.
it's like, one, who the fuck you think you is? Two, who the fuck you think Kobe was? Like, let's keep it 100. Simple as that.
Nah,
But yeah,
facts.
congrats to Bam. It was good to see him do that in front of his mom in Asia. And now that couple alone has the highest scoring records in their respective leagues. So yeah, congrats to Bam. Congrats to the
Well,
congrats, congrats to the Heat.
bam,
Oh, that shit.
Kobe. Yeah.
Shout out
Um.
to shout out to Spoelstra. Shout out to Spoelstra doing his
Oh
best to make sure
God.
he get that 83. Cause that dude Kofi pointed out that nigga challenged it. He's like that nigga does not challenge calls at all. For them to be like, oh yeah, we getting that record. Shout out to that
Shit.
nigga.
Even Pat Riley was like, bro, I would have took your ass out. Like, I would have took you out the game, bro. You would have got that shit. And I thought he was too. I'm not gonna lie. Start the fourth, that was already up a particular amount of points. I definitely thought he was gonna take him out of the game. He did not. So shout out to Spo, man. Shout out to Spo for doing that. To end off this episode, we're gonna talk about the most improved player NBA wise.
That's crazy. I was thinking about that.
Who did I have? Oh, I had Keontae George being the most improved player. Wait. Am I saying no? Is it before I make sure. Yeah, I did. Yeah, no cap. Yeah, I did have Keontae George.
Yeah.
I had to make sure I had Keontae George being the most improved player. But the Utah Jazz definitely took a step down far as them starting to tank a lot more. He's been playing a lot less, getting a bunch of DNPs and shit like that. Um, so if I don't go with Keontae George, I'll probably say Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren definitely took a step forward, offensively, defensively, and I would also say, what's my guy out of Portland, man?
Denny?
Um, huh?
Denny?
Yeah, Deni Avdija. Deni Avdija definitely took a step forward as well because he definitely had high potential in the Washington Wizards, but he just wasn't able to reach that alongside Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook and injured John Wall, and you can't really get nothing done doing with all that. Um, him being by himself and alongside with his coach being locked up, he just activated another button in him. Bro. I ain't gonna lie, he's been going crazy. He's had a spectacular year. He's definitely hit that next stride. So I'd say it's probably out of Avia and Jalen Duren for most improved player this
Denny,
season.
Denny Keontae.
I don't think Keontae has a chance now. I think because of his team record and him getting all these DNPs, they're probably gonna pick somebody like out of those two that have played a lot more consistently throughout this season. Keontae has definitely had some big games, particularly against the Lakers and a few other key teams that he actually did go crazy in those games. But I feel like because of that consistency thing, he's probably not gonna get it. I think just those two are definitely in the front runners of that award and what it truly means. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely took a step forward. And I mean, the nigga was averaging 16 at one point. He's averaging 27 damn near. And, the scoring averages went up. Everything went up. So he's definitely doing pretty good. The Utah Jazz will be great um, in a few years, I would say. I would hope so. If they keep going the way that they're going. As far as with the squad, the amount of talent that they have on this team.
I definitely have those three. Definitely Jalen Duren and Keontae and Denny. I'll add on to the list. For honorable mention, because I doubt he's gonna win over these people. Ryan Rollins from Milwaukee.
Hmm.
I feel like he definitely has improved his production. Um, another person. Dang, I forgot his name already. Uh, who was? No, I forgot. No matter, I forgot. But a name who I feel like has been going under the radar because I feel like their record is not that bad to rule him out as they're 35-31, and that's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He
Mm,
is averaging he's averaging 20 points per game.
mm. That is a
Before
great choice. I'm not gonna lie.
before that, his highest average was in his third year in the league, and that was 12.
Mm,
So so I feel like that is definitely a big improvement. Uh, I don't know what argument you could say to be like, yeah, let's like we could rule him out. He definitely should be a finalist for consideration. Um, and he's only 27. So yeah, it's like he's playing for Atlanta. Atlanta is like in the hunt for the play-in or and shit. So yeah, it's definitely that's all I think. I feel like he's just going on the radar because of the whole Trey drama, and all eyes are mainly on Jalen Johnson and all stuff, and the Hawks as a whole. That people I feel like not really giving their flowers for real to um Alexander Walker, but yeah, I feel like he should be definitely put for consideration as he's probably averaging a career high age 27 with 20 when he averaged 9 last year. Uh, averaged a career high in rebounds with 3.4, averaging a career high in assists 3.7, averaging a career high in steals. I feel like he should definitely be put up in consideration. If it's not him, I would say Deni and Jalen Duren. Well, I don't mention being Keontae George and Ryan Rollins.
for sure. Um, where? What did Tone send that shit about the anime shit?
Are you talking about that website being I think he put that in Hateful Eight.
Okay. Transition into some anime news, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Breaking news: the world's biggest anime piracy website has been taken down. It is named High Anime. Well, was named High Anime. Has been taken down. Multiple people around our clique, around our team, friend group, have definitely used it a lot, and a few other people have used it around the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something that's a great home base to watch all different things from different countries, different um, genres, all in one spot without having to pay like that big ass Crunchyroll spot, big ass Crunchyroll subscription consistently. Because not everybody got it, bro. Not everybody got it, so I understand. This is like probably similar to like when Stream East went down. They never really consistently replaced it. Now TV app is changing names and all this other shit. It's just I don't know. I feel like some stuff should be free. Like some stuff. We shouldn't have to pay for every single thing. Like, golly, bro. Niggas gotta pay for water. Some people gotta pay for air. Gotta pay for gas. We gotta pay for food. We can't just have some type of free form of entertainment that is high quality also. Like, that's how I feel about it. But what's your thoughts on the passing of high anime?
Well, I didn't really use it. It's been a minute since I used like a pirate website. It's definitely huge for niggas who use that. Um, uh, I'm not gonna sit up here and give out names of potential replacements because I'm not a fucking idiot. But just know, hey, because I be dealing this issue with manga. Think of it like a hydra. when one head is chopped off, two more will take its place, bro. So you, it's cool to mourn this loss, but there's gonna be more coming, bro. Like, let's be for real. When when the last big anime joint got cut, you probably thought this is probably the end of the world. Now look at you now. Your ass was looking at it through high anime. Now that shit's gone. You definitely gonna find a replacement, bro. Trust, bro. Trust in the pirates, nigga. Yo,
Trust the pirates, nigga.
trust in the pirates. I ain't no pirate, so don't be after me now.
Oh God, do not take down the Pro Conversations organization. We're not even an
So
organization. Let me change that. We're
I am
not
not no.
organization.
All right, organization is crazy. That's like I am not that tech savvy. I don't got that much time on my hands to be fucking like building a website and managing, bro. Like that shit takes a lot. You are fucking updating that shit constantly with multiple enemies, bro. That shit is definitely something I definitely not gonna do.
No, for real.
So yeah. So yeah. Hey, bro. Hey, y'all be alright. Y'all be alright.
Facts.
When is you telling me anime shit close down and you? When was the last time something is closed down and your ass told yourself, I guess I'm gonna get a subscription now. Your ass is not gonna
Yeah,
get
I don't.
your ass is not gonna get that Crunchyroll subscription, bro.
No, facts.
Like let's be for real, dog. Y'all be cool. Y'all be cool. This is a big loss though. Y'all will be all right. Trust me, or
I'll
don't.
make it.
Just know you're gonna watch that Bleach somehow. You're gonna watch that shit. What's that? Y'all gonna watch that
Cowboy
fucking
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
Chainsaw Man. One Punch Man.
Kobayashi Dragon made. Like
Seven
y'all
Deadly
not even
Sins.
I know for sure y'all not going on there to watch the big shit. Kobayashi Dragon made. Fucking the Attack on Titan spinoffs.
Bo 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 bo
Y'all
bo bo bo
like
bo bo bo.
that shit. Space Brothers, all that shit. Y'all will be alright, bro. Y'all be good. Y'all be good. Y'all be good.
Okay. But with that being said, this has been another episode of Pro Conversations Podcast. It's your boy, I love you, Jace.
It's your boy Derek.
And we out this motherfucker.
Peace.
Good shit, man. Good shit. Good
Oh, I should
show. Jolly good
I should have.
show.
And someone had asked us earlier, what was harder, getting 5 steals in a game or 5 sacks in a game? And me, Mook, and I'm pretty sure you also answered it. 5 sacks is harder, and that's when he asked, "What is equivocally as hard as getting 5 sacks in a game?" I genuinely have no idea. Mook didn't know, so that would be my question for our audience. What is, in terms of basketball, equally as hard as getting 5 sacks in a game?
That's why I said blocks. Not everybody getting damn blocks like that. If you compare it to the NBA, yeah, getting a block without fouling. And especially in today's era. Yes, some people can do it a little bit easier, like Wembanyama. But there's people that have, what I'm saying, similar to like your player on 2K, have found the art of blocking jump shots. That's an art in itself. Being able to block a jump shot without fouling, without your hand touching the other guy's hand or the back of it or hitting the wrist. That's a lot of goddamn attention to detail. That's really hard to fucking do.
I would say getting 5 blocks without committing a single foul is difficult. I feel like just getting 5 blocks in a game in general is not as hard as getting 5 sacks. I feel like you're more likely to get, well, granted, there's more games in a season, multiple teams, but I feel like you're more likely to see five, you will see 5 blocks happen 3 times before you get a 5 sack game. 5 sack game, you at best see one person do that a season.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on the teams that they're playing as well, though. Like, if your O line is trash and you got one of the best defensive motherfuckers of all time on the other side, it's probably gonna happen.
Because yeah, here's the thing with sacks, that's a harder thing to like stop without completely switching up your game plan. because you could be pass heavy and off the rip, you don't like you're gonna like start off like all right, we're just gonna start off like it's just gonna be one way the tackle against him.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna probably get 2 sacks off just going off one, and then it's after that they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna have you slide over, and we're gonna have the guard provide some help. We're gonna have the tight end chip him. We're gonna have the running back provide support in the backfield. Like niggas can legit like there's ways to prevent it getting to 5, but that's why it's like much harder to do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Blocks is like legit a good chunk of your shots are gonna be inside the paint, which is probably like the easiest way to block it. But there's also he could also block a jump shot. He could fuck around and he could fuck around catch you by surprise. It's like, oh yeah, I got myself open. No, after this, stop. And he fuck around and get you from behind. Thinking you say like I feel like that's a lot more easier. It's definitely not easy to do it without committing a penalty, committing a foul. Definitely not easy. But yeah, it's like it's definitely much harder to get 5 sacks still though.
Yeah,
And
I
then
can
I
give you
was
that.
like, all right, maybe shit, like, what's something that's rare? I try to think of something hard, but I'm like, all right, that is hard, but that's way much harder than doing it. I was like, say, okay, maybe a quadruple double. A quadruple double is way much harder to do than get 5 sacks. That's like a quadruple. The NBA has been around for over 75 years, and that's not counting when before they were called the NBA.
Yeah,
There's only
facts.
been there's only been 4 quadruple doubles in history, and 2 of them were done by one person. So yeah, that's definitely much more harder than 5. And 5's not even the record for sacks. The record is 7.
Who the fuck did that?
Derek Thomas
Mm.
for the Chiefs. Um, I think Justin Houston got close. He got 6, but yeah, even still, that's hard.
That's insanely hard.
Like, and it's like you're and with 5 sacks, it's typically like in a pass rusher who's having an elite year or just a one of a kind like pass rusher like Myles Garrett. You see Myles Garrett you can see Myles Garrett getting 5 sacks. You can see TJ Watt getting 5 sacks. You're not gonna get a random fucking edge rusher. You're not gonna see Jahad Ward go out there and get 5 sacks. You're not gonna see Joseph Asai get 5 sacks. You're not 5 blocks. I feel like you can have a center who's just okay rim protector get 5 blocks before anything like that's like I feel like that's why I feel like it's not gonna be that hard.
Mm.
5 blocks and 5 steals I feel like is hard. Is harder. Well I say it's well I say that's uh equally as hard, maybe. I feel like that's closer than that than just getting 5 blocks without fouling.
I got you.
Yeah. But yeah. What do y'all think? What do you think is equally as hard as getting 5 sacks in NBA or any other sport? Hockey, baseball, what is equally as hard?
For sure. Let us know in the comments below or in the reel or anything like that. Or you can hit us at
Yeah.
our Instagram at PROCONversations Podcast. Same as our Twitter and our Twitch.
And just
Like,
like that, we got
comment,
a short.
subscribe. Oh, we on TikTok as well. PROCONversations Podcast.
I forgot.